Hey guys, Brain here, and my main source for today's video is TheVerge.com. So if you want to learn more about what I talk about here, check out The Verge using the links listed below. And with that being said, let's get into it. So today Google announced Android O, and you may ask, well, what is Android O? Well, it's everything that I know according to The Verge and online sources. Google is continuing its trend towards aggressively managing what apps can do in the background, as iOS has long done, to ensure that runaway processes do not destroy your battery. As VP of Engineering Dave Dirk puts it, we've put additional automatic limits on what apps can do in the background in three main areas: implicit broadcast, background services, and location updates. It's possible that these automatic limits could wreak some havoc on existing apps that assume a more liberal stance toward what they're allowed to do in the background. So developers will want to check up on how it works with their particular apps. Improvement to battery life is a hard thing to judge, especially with early versions of software. So we would know whether Google's strategy here will be effective on most phones for quite some time. And Google actually released a developer version of Android O so that developers can test it out and work out any bugs. Google is also letting app developers create adaptive icons, which will change their look and shape depending on what home screen theme the user has opted for. Android O is basically a huge update for the Android system. And also related to this news about Android O, Sony has contributed its LDAC wireless audio coding technology to Android O. LDAC can transfer much more data over Bluetooth up to a budget of 990 kilobits per second. LDAC allows you to enjoy high-resolution audio content in exceptional sound quality near to high-resolution audio, transmitting at the maximum transfer rate. Unlike other Bluetooth-compatible coding technologies such as SBC, it operates without any down conversion in the high-res audio content and allows approximately 3 times more data than those other technologies to be transmitted over Bluetooth wireless network with unprecedented sound quality by means of efficient coding and optimized packetization. Also, Android O brings picture-in-picture support. Basically, the update will allow users to continue watching a video on a corner of the screen while simultaneously using another app. The feature is similar to Samsung's multi-window support, but Android O will let users set their own aspect ratios and will get custom interaction buttons like play or pause to directly support a video display. Other new windowing features include a new app overlay window for apps to use instead of the system alert window, and multi-display support for launching an activity on a remote display, Google says. Another interesting bit of info about Android O is the fact that Android O will work better on Chromebooks thanks to improved keyboard support. Part of Google's upcoming Android O release is a new and improved model for keyboard navigation, which will make using Android apps on a Chromebook a little less frustrating. And it stands today a majority of Android apps are designed with only touchscreen navigation in mind. That makes them hard to use on large screens and pretty much unusable on devices that rely solely on keyboard and mouse inputs. So with Android O, Google wants to give developers an opportunity to create better keyboard navigation so Android apps can play a bit nicer with Chrome OS apps. Google first announced cross-platform capability for Android apps at last year's I/O Developer Conference in May. Since then, Google has added support for a number of different Chromebook models from companies like HP, Dell, Samsung, and Asus. The company also attempted to bridge its two software ecosystems together to make the process of using Chrome OS as simple and seamless as an Android smartphone. And that's about all you should know about Android O for now. If any new updates are released, I'll be sure to make a video on those as soon as I can. But while you're here, check out the description below for links to previous videos and also links to the articles on The Verge that I sourced this from. Subscribe for more, like if you liked, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.